Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. You already know what time it is, baby. This is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, so let's get it, baby. So I see Pennsylvania's in the building. Hey, let's get it, baby. Let me know in the comments where you from. So here we go. He said, since we can't run options here, let's look at the stock. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. Oh, mine always in the building showing love, baby. Mic check. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. So I see you. Somebody said Tilray's on a rocket. Let's get it, baby. So we already know you going to the promised land, but you got to let us know where you from, baby. Welcome to the party. It's time to go. Let's get it. I appreciate you too. Let's get it. I see London is in the building. Let's go. Shout out to everybody overseas who doing this. Let's get it, baby. I gotta be a whole different time zone. Let's talk about it. New York, Ohio, we here. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Florida. Ireland is in the building, baby. New York, I'm seeing Japan, Brooklyn, welcome to the party, baby. Yo, let's get it. Santa Cruz, California, let's go. Pop, don't get me demonetized today. Yo, Connecticut is in the building, let's get it. Atlanta, we here. Netherlands, we here. Washington, good morning, family, let's get it. Milwaukee is in the building, baby. Toronto, Florida, Dallas, let's go. Rep where you from, baby. I see Africa is in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Kansas, New York, we here. We here. Shout out to the family, baby. But without further ado, this is not financial advice. I just hope you brought your oven mitts, baby, because it's about to get hot in the kitchen. Now, don't invest in companies you don't understand and don't believe in, because if they dip, woo, you not gonna buy the dip, and then you're gonna sell low and end up catching some bars on Kenan Grace Radio, but that's a whole nother story. But you know what? Let's keep it going. You can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, to stay out of the kitchen and consider investing in the index funds. Now, what's going on in the stock market today, baby? What's going on in the stock market? So, as it stands, the SPY is absolutely drunk. Let's take a look. It's taking them on a roller coaster. Taking us on a straight. Bahamas is in a building. Bahamas is in a building. I see you. I see you, baby. Shout out to the family. Now, what's going on with the SPY? You already know. I tell you this. Whenever you're doing technical analysis, you have to understand. What I mean by technical analysis, you're looking at the charts, you're doing trends, you're doing Fibonacci retracements, blah, 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 right? You're looking at moving averages and all of this, right? All of that is good. All of that stuff works. But a news catalyst will trump it every single time. That'll, boom, knock it right out the park. So, for example, let's say you're following something that historically has followed trends very well, right? Like, for example, Apple, right? Apple been doing it for a long time. Let's check them out. You know it's about to get hot in the kitchen, baby. Let's look. So, now, take a look at this. Apple, for example. You zoom out for the longest time. Uptrend, 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 uptrend. Some downtrends, right? Big, like, for example, big things that happen in the world, like the pandemic being introduced and everything like that. Boom, 2008 crash, blah, 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 right? Dot-com bubble, all of these things, right? It moves with the market. But what you really got to see and understand here is you can look at the moving averages. You can look at the technical analysis. But if Apple tells you all of a sudden they had their first non-profitable quarter in decades or something, like, come on now, family, this would be really, really bad news for the company. So all of the technicals would be right out the water. Or they told you, look, we ain't selling iPhones no more. We're going to start to sell, I don't know, paper or something like that. They just switched their business model totally. Then this would be news that, guess what, might not be a great look for the company. You already know what time it is, baby. Let's get it. So now let's see. Discord family in the building. Shout out to my guy. Appreciate you, family. Appreciate you, family. Let's see what we got going on today. Let's see what we got going on today. Here we go. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Ohio's in the building. You watching SoFi this morning? Family, SoFi has been a topic of discussion lately. Shout out to SoFi. Let's take a look. Okay, so it's 16 right now. Let's look and see what it's been doing for the last. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. So while we're here, let's educate. Let's talk about it, right? So what was one thing that I wanted to talk about yesterday? We got to a lot, but here we go. Let's look at SoFi. Let's say that we were trying to chart it. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Notice it has been on a strong, extremely strong uptrend right here since, let's call it the 20th, right? For the last 3 days. It's been pumping up like crazy. Last 3 days. The low is over here. So like I was telling you before, you could get into your charting and start doing something like, for example, Fibonacci retracement. See what I'm saying? So then you click Fibonacci Retracement, the option over here, and then you put it on the bottom. Click on the bottom first, click on the top next. You can see that this thing is like, it's in a crazy uptrend, and it might come down to test again these levels. What are these levels? These levels are basically support levels. You can think of them like this. You can think of them just like this. Miami is in the building. Let's get it. Let's get it, baby. So would I rather buy Lucid or Nio? Would I rather buy Lucid or Nio? So it depends. It depends. I tell you this, family, and I tell you this every day. Whenever you ask me, excuse me, man, allergies, man, killing me. Whenever you ask about Nio, if the fundamentals stay the same and the Chinese government does not interfere with it in a way that changes the company fundamentally, Nio is a banger for sure, right? However, many things politically can happen because it's a Chinese company. Now, I want to say this. Lucid, being an American company, they would be the first natural competitor to Tesla, like a full all-American EV company, literally in the same market almost. So then that would be crazy, but they got to deliver, especially since they say that their battery technology is better. And then, come on now. And again, yep, like my guy T-Bone just said, you got to tell yourself, listen, I'm rocking with both. Whenever you believe in two companies at the same time, you got to think, I'm rocking with both. This is why I told you in the past, you got to think of it like this. A lot of people want you to do like Pepsi, right? Pepsi versus Coke or something like that, right? Pepsi versus Coke. Now, if you would have invested, let's see if Google could pull up a good chart. Like together. I want to see them side by side if possible. Let's see, Yahoo. I want to see like an image. An image. Okay, let's look at this. Who knows if this is actual, like accurate or whatever. But I'm imagining that Coca-Cola is red, yep, and then Pepsi is blue, and then the S&P 500 is dark red. Okay, yeah. So look, Pepsi and Coke are down here. They're down here. But notice, slight uptrend. It doesn't trend like the SPY, for example, right, which would be this, the S&P 500 companies, but it does trend up. So whether you got in Pepsi or got in Coke, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. You don't have to choose. They always want you to basically have to choose. Somebody said RC Cola. Hey, look, you might make money with them too. So let's look. Now, another thing too. You ride the wave on a play up, and you could ride the wave on a play back down. So somebody said Lucid puts. Potentially, you know I'm with it. You know I'm there. You know I'm ready to ride any put down. But watch this. You got to really see and really think that 25 is a really strong level of support. You want to see, is it bouncing off of 25 or is it going to break under 25? Right now, you get a put right here, you riding the wave back up. This doesn't mean you shouldn't, because you could kind of get lucky and then, let's go, California in the building. You could get lucky and then ride the wave up or ride the wave down, depending on, luck happens. But on the technical standpoint, getting it at 25, kind of a risk. However, notice this. It did break 25 yesterday. I'm looking at that right now. Yesterday at the end, like market close, it just broke it. It just straight broke it. So somebody said, bro, Coke is literally 230% and Pepsi is 110%. So guess what? That means if you invested into either one, you will be up. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to choose. You could do both. You could do both. What will be wrong will be not getting in either, and you like both. You see what I'm saying? Yep, no chasing. Muhammad, that's right. Bias support. That's what you're talking about. Jersey in the building. Dr. Pepper is garbage. I don't know. That's a comment I read, Dr. Pepper, if you watching this. All right, cool. So let's check. So Apple is back down to 1. It was 145 for a second, like a quick second. All right, cool. But now, all right. Let's see. So I'm hearing that Adder is running. So let's check them out. Adder, ATER. Diversity is key. That's right. I see you. So let's zoom out really quick and let's check something out. So I was teaching a lesson a little bit yesterday about break even, and I want to go over that again. I think that was important. I think and I'm going to put it in the beginning of the video, I think there was a lot of game to be learned right there to help you when you're trading options in particular. So let's see. I'm going to show you the Robinhood interface, right? Let's look at Robinhood stock too. So let's say you go to a particular date. Let's go to, not this week, let's go next week. October 1st. October 1st. I'm looking at buy call. So now I'm going to share this screenshot with the computer, and we're going to talk about how to think about an option and use break even as your metric or as one of your indicators. You see what I'm saying? So here we go. Now let's see. Yep, headphones in the chat, baby. Headphones in the chat. So here we go. Take a look at this. And let me move this out of here. I don't want this on this screen right here. Let me move this to my other monitor. All right, cool. So now where are we? Where are we? Here. Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this. Pay attention to this. So you got Robinhood the stock. Let me move this down so you can see it. Yo, family, my allergies is killing me today. Killing me. Whew. Oh, that's something else I want to talk about. Oh, is these short sellers killing AMC? That's something we got to talk about too. So, AMC. All right, cool. So you ready? So you haven't heard Kenan Grace Radio in a while? Come on now. Somebody almost caught some bars earlier on Kenan Grace Radio. Come on now. But we going to let it chill for a second. So here we go. Now, notice this. This is Robinhood. If you look at the date right here. So, family, if you're new to options, pay attention. We're going to cover this real quick, real fast. So, when you pick an option, you're picking a contract, but you're picking a date for a contract. Got me? Appreciate y'all. Look, come on now. We got the most courteous people in the comments ever on YouTube. Most YouTube comment sections is straight up garbage, in my opinion. Why? Because it's just toxic. But it's love over here. It's always love. Appreciate y'all for that. Appreciate y'all. Now, let's look at this. October 1st, when you get a contract, you have to get a date. You understand me? Now, after you pick your date, you got to pick a strike. The strike is like, for example, these big numbers, 47.5, 47, 46. So now, as a new person in options, you would basically be thinking, okay, if you look at the strike and you look at the date, you say, okay, if I pick this 46 call right here, I'm basically saying I need Robinhood to be over 46, right? By October 1st. No, that's not how it works. The option and the stock are different. One of them is the underlying stock, and the other is just straight up a contract. A contract has value in itself. So now, instead of even looking at the strike right away, think to yourself, on a specific date, by October 1st, and this is why I'm using Robinhood, for example, do you think this thing is going to move at least 5% by then? And that would be 49. Do you think it'll at least go to 49 by then? So what you want to do is give yourself some leeway, give yourself some space, right? So let's say you don't believe that. If you don't believe that, then you would go lower and lower and lower and lower. And you say, okay, I think in a week, Robinhood is going to be, let's call it, and this is hypothetical. I'm not buying this one. But let's say, in a week, I think Robinhood is going to be, let me move this over too so you can see it. At this current point, it's 46. But I think in a week, it's going to be 49. So then I would try to buy something like this, like a 47 is my break even. So then I could be way over my break even, not 47, 48, 40, like something like that. So I want to be way over my break even. Or you could even use this in the opposite way. Like let's say you're looking for out of the money calls, right? Look at the break even and see. And again, I do not hold until break even, but I do let it inform my options purchases. So look at this. Notice that 50, the level 50, that will be a really hard level of psychological resistance. So you probably will have trouble getting over it. But if you pick the option that's break even was under a level of resistance, it increases your chances by winning just a little bit more. For example, it's much more likely that Robinhood would touch 49 as a price than it would be to touch 51. You see what I'm saying? Because it would have to break over a resistance. But if you got a 49 break even, then it wouldn't even have to break over that. It could still happen and you would still be up, but you have just slightly took another step to decrease your risk. And again, the deeper in the money, meaning like lower down you go, then the lower the break-even price. But again, we are not even in the business of holding on to these until break-even. You want to get in, get up, get out. You got to be a triple G, baby. You already know what time it is. Kenan, do you suggest Discord for European folk? Oh, yeah, we got a lot of European family in there. Appreciate you, family. Alien Project, shout out to you. Shout out to you. So somebody, Lucky Family said Coke is a garbage company. Listen, We're not even reviewing Coke. It's not even about that. It's about when people want you to pick one or the other. Realistically, it was about Nio or about, what was it, Lucid. For example, whenever somebody gives you a dichotomy, meaning a this or that, this is a false dichotomy a lot of the time where you don't have to pick this or that. Who do you like? Michael Jordan or do you like LeBron James? You could like Michael Jordan and LeBron James. You don't have to choose. Who do you like? Tesla or do you like Lucid? I like Tesla and Lucid. People try to force these opinions on you, but you don't have to hold them yourself. So Adder is dropping like a rock. Let's check it out. Lucid is running up again. SPY is showing some strength over the 440. BBIG. Let's see if it got another lower floor. You see, we were talking about this the other day. How it gets a floor, it runs. It gets a floor, it runs. New floor, and then it dropped, and then it ran. New floor. So the floor keeps getting lower and lower and lower on this. Yep, I like Tesla, I like Lucid, I like them all. So Nio, see, so Discord fam, we still got a Nio March call that we could average down on significantly. However, I didn't average down on it yet. I'm in no rush. I want to see if this is a pump fake, and then we can load up at 32. With so much time on it, it's no need to rush. So I'm hearing Ford. Ford is one that people are really looking out for. No. F. Ford Motors. Let's delete that one. There we go. Ford. Okay. So Ford is looking like a very strong swing trade. Like, ride the wave up, ride the wave down, jump out, get in, get up, get out. You know how it goes. Disney just broke through 175. Okay. You got, look, I typed in 175. Look, you're in my head. Let me look up DIS. Here we go. So Disney. Is we trying to gap up Disney? I love it. So now, all right. Let's see. Disney. So Disney actually has some news that could be a negative catalyst potentially, but you got to remember Disney is such a banger. But let's look at some moving averages. Here we go. How do you exit an option once it's up? So, sell to close, family. Appreciate you for the love. Sell to close. Let's get it. You don't have a loyal company? Yep. That's right. Oh, yep. Don't have loyalty to the company because they not loyal to you, right? Yep. If your mom passed away, they wouldn't even send her cards or a flower. Yo, family, come on now. You right. You remember that? That's what I'm talking about, baby. You got to really remember that. That's a fact. Yo, Ben, I know you've been rocking with me for a long time because that's such a fact. If you passed away, come on, they wouldn't even send your mother some flowers. I want you to really understand that. Really understand that. How's the RSI on Disney? It's in 60s, 64. On the 30 minute, let's look at the 1 minute. 1 minute's at 70, 74. So it's cooling off a little bit. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see Disney maintain its momentum. Let's look at the day chart. Okay, so we're looking on the day, and when was this? Disney crossed over. No, that's a long time ago. Let's look at the 5 minute. 5 minute. All right. So we got the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average crossed back over the 200-day moving average. That's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. So yeah, Disney looked like a runner today. Looked like a real runner. Oh yeah, so one thing I wanted to show you too. So family, somebody said Lucid is running again. Do we got to jump in another Lucid call? Let's go back to Disney though. So Discord fam, this looking like it might be something that we could really make some money with right here. Because Disney, again, long-term banger. But you got to remember, they had some news with the earnings, and they were saying that their subscription growth is likely to have slowed down. BlackBerry is running. Hold on. So let's look. Let's take a look. Let's see what's going on with the beast, the banger, Disney. Here we go. Oh no, Apple's coming down. Apple's coming back down. So we got the 20 moving average that crossed over to 50. Let's see if they both cross over to 200 again. Let's see what's going on with that number. Do I invest in Roth, like a Roth IRA? So if you want to get into that, there's many, you could use many platforms for it. But if you want to like set it and forget it, M1 Finance is decent if you want to use an app on the phone. And I'm in that too. I'm in basically all of the apps. Oh yeah, the beast, the big dog. So family, come on now. Come on now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the beast, the banger, the big dog, the AMC Entertainment. And now, this is a teaching moment, baby. I hope you're ready for this one. So, believe it or not, there are so many, and I'm sure you believe this. Let's go over some things. Let's go over some things together right here real quick. You know how AMC Entertainment, one of the most manipulated stocks in the game, right? One of the most manipulated stocks in the game. AMC Theaters, family. Crazy, crazy amounts of manipulation. Let's think about the ways that AMC is being manipulated. Could we make a list? We could make a list. Hold up, I don't see you anymore. I want to be able to see you. Here we go. Yeah, all right, cool. You can see what I'm doing. So AMC, there's so many ways being manipulated. One, there is high frequency trading. High frequency trading. This is one way, and let's go to Investopedia and just have them break these down for us. Crazy simple, right? High frequency trading, Investopedia. This is one way that short sellers, that you and I, we're not able to do this, but let's just go down a list of many things, right? That is helping to manipulate, not all, but a lot of them. So high frequency trading is complex algorithmic trading in which large numbers of orders are executed in seconds, right? So they just send in like a crazy amount of sells all of a sudden. And then high frequency trading is criticized for allowing large companies to gain an upper hand in trading. High frequency trading. Do you know how to high frequency trade? No, you don't. Does the retail investor on average can do something like, no, right? Okay, this is one way. So we got one way. Let's go to a second way. Dark pools, right? We talked about dark pools. Oh, what is a dark pool? Oh, yeah. Let's use our friend Investopedia. Dark pools. Let's look at it a second way. Dark pools. And Investopedia. What is a dark pool? Let's look at the key takeaways. Dark pools are private asset exchanges, so private stock exchanges, like when you trade on Robinhood and you trade on Webull and Fidelity and all of these, you know what? They're routing your orders oftentimes to dark pools, right? So they're trying to get good prices and they're getting paid to do it. So take a look at this. Dark pools are private asset exchanges designed to provide additional liquidity and anonymity. Ooh, for trading large blocks of stocks or securities, right? Away from the public eye. Why do you need to do it away from the public eye if everything is cool and okay, right? Somebody tried to say, Kenan, dark pool trading, this is a crime. And I said, big dog, no, this is not a crime. This is not a crime. Should it be a crime? I'll let you be the judge. But is it a crime? Crimes are against the law. If the law was made so that they could do stuff like this, then maybe the laws need to change. But as it stands, it's not against the law. That's the thing. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now, however, dark pools lack transparency. This is by definition. They lack transparency. They're susceptible to conflicts of interest by their owners and predatory trading practices from high frequency trading firms. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. So that's two. We got high frequency trading. We got dark pools. So far, that's just two, right? We have, what was it called? There's 100, fam. There's probably 1,000 ways that AMC is being manipulated. What's another one that's like right off the top of my head? Let's see. Fails to deliver. And this is, let's look at Investopedia again. Another one. You ready? Fails to deliver. Failure to deliver refers to not being able to meet one's trading obligation. Imagine this, family. What if you were to go and buy a new Tesla that you could order online, right? You go and you buy a Tesla. Yeah, let's go order a Tesla. Whoa, this is great. Let's go order a Tesla. What kind of Tesla do you want? Oh, man, I heard the Model S was a banger. Oh, yeah, love it. Now, let's see. They say the Model S could go almost 400 miles. It could go 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. That's better than a Lamborghini. It can go 200 miles per hour totally. Let's order one. Let's order a Tesla. Which one do we want? Do we want the long range? Oh, they got the plaid. Oh, yeah. Let's go with the plaid. Let's go with the plaid. Oh, let's make it red. I heard cops are pulling people over who are in red cars more frequently than other colors. So you know what? Maybe let's go with blue. Okay, what kind of wheels do we want? We could get the Tempest wheels. We could get they got the Arachnid. That's all right. That's all right. What kind of interior? You know what? We bossing today. Let's go with the white interior. Let's go with the white interior. Oh, full self-driving. Why not? They don't full self-drive yet, but why not? We just going crazy today. Continue the payment. Hold up. So far, it's a $147,000 for this car the way I ordered it. Now watch this. What if I order it and then they tell me they're going to deliver it to me, let's call it December, and then they fail to deliver? This is a problem. I ordered my car, you failed to deliver it. You failed to deliver it. This is a huge problem. Why don't I have my car? Let's say that it's a whole month later. It's 3 months later. I still don't have my car. You failed to deliver it. But guess what? In a failed to deliver, in a Tesla situation, Tesla is a physical car. Tesla is a physical thing. You will notice if they didn't deliver it. But with the stocks, they're just like numbers on a screen nowadays, right? They could turn, if you buy one AMC stock and then buy another one, now you have two. They just got to turn that digital number one into a two, but they never really have to deliver it to you. So then they get all of these fails to delivers, right? We learned about that. We learned about how there's a threshold securities list, right? Threshold security list. The threshold security list, also known as SHO, blah, 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 is a list of securities whose transactions have failed to deliver for many days. Right? I think in order to get on it, it has to happen for like 7 or 13 days. I forget how you get on a list, but then there's a list where the short sellers basically have to cover it after a certain amount of time. So then they just cover a little bit and then they off the list and then it resets again. So this is another way that they've been manipulating it. Okay, they've been manipulating AMC through the bond market. They've been manipulating it through the bond market and selling junk bonds, right? So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We just thinking of all of these, right? Thinking of all of these. There's a thing called a short ladder attack. A short ladder attack, right? A short ladder attack. Let's look up Investopedia. Short ladder attack. Maybe I can find an image to show you what it looks like. Something like this. Something like this. The stock is going up. Whoa, look. And it's GameStop too. And then a short ladder attack. Basically, you have two big institutions and they just keep selling the same shares back and forth to each other. And then they're laddering it down. But nothing really happens. Nothing really happens. They just keep doing that. Boom, boom, ladder, 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 all the way down. Short ladder attack. And then you get something like this. A crazy, weird looking movement. And it's a short ladder attack. Now, the reason I'm showing you all of these different ways, right, is because I tweeted something the other day. I tweeted something. It was actually yesterday. And I want you to really see it. Because people who are not looking at AMC the same way that I'm looking at AMC, they don't see it. They don't see that yesterday was weird. And I'm going to tell you why it was weird. And this is going to sound weird, but it was weird because it wasn't weird. Now, I want you to really remember that. Yesterday was weird because it wasn't weird. So watch this. Watch this. I tweeted this, and this was so triggering for some people. So triggering. Because they don't know that the short sellers have a million different ways of attack. So it was this. I said, believe it or not, today was the least amount of manipulation I've ever seen with AMC since May. And then I said this. I said, what do y'all got brewing over there? Citadel, right? Like, because, you know, they're the face. They're the face of short sellers. So I say, what do y'all got brewing over there? What's going on? And then I said, allegedly, supposedly, hypothetically, right? Because, you know, nobody's trying to get sued. So then I said that. And then I was getting some comments, and some people were saying, and I don't want to like shame nobody, so I want to hide his name. So it says this. Some people were telling me, Kenan, there's still 70% on the dark pool, the manipulation. You just did a good job at not only. Wait. He said you just did a good job at it today. Oh no, is that it? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, he deleted it. He deleted it. Somebody said tweet is unavailable. So somebody said this. Somebody said this. And it was similar in the same light of this one. And it was the dark pool. They still over on the dark pool. They still over on the dark pool. Now, whenever you say something about AMC, the people with the level 1 due diligence, there's nothing wrong with level 1, but they keep coming at you. Dark pool, dark pool, dark pool, dark pool. Family, I just showed you off the top of my head, and there's 100 more. I just told you 5. High frequency trading, right? The different ways of manipulation. It's not only the dark pool. I said the dark pool. There's failures to delivers, right? This is one way. This is the threshold list, right? This is the junk bonds that they're doing, right? This is the high frequency trading, all of these different ways. The dark pool is just one. So again, I'm going to bring it back to you. Yesterday was weird because it wasn't weird. And let's go and see. Let's go and see. Because you know I got the receipts. I always got the receipts. So usually what's normal with AMC is crazy amounts of manipulation. They're trying every tactic that they have to suppress the stock, right? They're trying every tactic. They got 100 ways. They're using 100 ways. So now what I want to know is, what do you have brewing over there? Because you're not using your ways anymore. Are you using some ways that we are currently not privy to? So watch this. Let's go. And you know I got the receipts. Yesterday was weird because it wasn't weird. It was actually moving like a normal stock would move. So, and here go the facts. Right here. Let me share this with my computer. You know I'm about to airdrop it. Your boy's on the Mac. And hold up, somebody hit the dot. Come on. You know I got the facts. I'm about to break your mother back, baby. Come on now. So watch this. Yesterday was weird because it wasn't weird. Every time with AMC, they never let it move like a normal stock. They manipulate it to the dirt. Like they just run it into the ground, or they run it up like crazy to try to catch you in like a buying options trap. So here we go. Like a short-term buying options trap. So then watch this. Yesterday, AMC, the volume was 77 million. On average, it's 77 million. On average, it's 77 million. But the volume was low. Now, if y'all been rocking with me for a long time and been paying attention to AMC, I told you 100 times. It's one of the most manipulated stocks in the game. So we know when the volume is low, the short sellers is ready to attack. They ready to attack. But then the volume was low, right? It was 77 million on average, but then 52 on the day. 52 on the day. Why is that important? They didn't suppress it. They had a chance to push it down with the low volume by just selling all of a sudden and increasing it, but they didn't do it. Okay. If you look over here at the short percentage in the last few days, it's usually 60, 50, 60. These are the short sellers rushing all of the stocks into the market, straight up just going crazy, right? They 60% of all of the volume was selling. Short selling, 57%, 60%. But then in the last 2 days, it was back to 30. This is more normal. This is closer to normal than 60. This is closer to normal than 50 or 70. Okay. We own 80% of all of the stock. And we know that the apes are either holding, most of us are just holding, our positions are set. Some are buying. But by and large, we are not selling. So if the majority owners are either holding or selling, even on low volume, the stock should go up a little bit. And what did it do? Let's see, because you know I got the receipts. I told you. If the majority owners are either buying or holding, this didn't open. Let me try again. if the majority owners are buying or holding, hold up. How do I want to do this? Date added. Here we go. If the majority owners are either buying or holding and not selling, like the apes, guess what? The stock will go up a little bit. And look at it, 3%. So then yesterday was weird because it wasn't weird. The short sellers, they somewhere in the tuck, they in the cut, and they just not doing it. So then somebody said, Kenan, but there was short ladder attacks. No, you don't understand short ladder attacks. There were none, and there was no evidence of it either, especially on a large scale. When you look at the trading volume yesterday, 10 million in the first 30 minutes. 8 million in the next 30 minutes, and then 4 million. This is crazy low for AMC. 4 million in trading volume was the next highest, and then 2 million, 4.2, 2 point, and even in the last 30 minutes, where it's power hour, baby. Usually it ramps up in the last hour of trading, right? Look, 2 million and then 3.7. This what's going on, right? What's going on? They're not manipulating it just yesterday, the same scale that they normally do, not on the same scale. So then I was asking myself, I wonder what they have brewing. So then a lot of people, dark pools. What do you dark pools? Oh, Citadel Connect. That was another one that in my opinion, I introduced it. It is what it is. I'm gonna just say it like that. I'm Don DeMarco on myself. Clap it up, baby. Now, let's get it. So now, Citadel Connect, that was another one that's not a dark pool, right? Not a dark pool. So then, boom, there's another way of manipulation. Why did they slow down on certain amounts of manipulation? What are they getting ready to do? Are they in the back loading their GUN? I'm not gonna say it because I ain't trying to get demonetized. What are they doing? What are they doing? You see what I'm saying? So then you got to think to yourself. And then I said this. I said, if you always think that you figured it out, right? You think you know it all. That means you know nothing. The smartest people in this world know that they know nothing at all. And then when you go and learn more and more and more, you realize that you know less and less and less. You know less and less and less. You see what I'm saying? So like it's just like, come on now. You got to think of it like this. The more that you learn, the less that you realize you know. That's exactly how it works. The more we learn about the universe or anything like that, then you say, oh, it's like you cut off one head and you open two more heads, right? So it's like this. They used to think that back in the day, right? Way back in the day. Think about the earth. Think about your ancestors, right? I mean, far. Some of them thought that, you know what? The whole world is our land. Where we live, right here, right? There's water around our land. This is it. We learn more. We expand. We build ships. We build boats. We travel to new lands. Oh, the world is our land and their land. Okay, we start to build telescopes. We can see that there's other planets, not just Earth. The more you learn, the more you realize you didn't know. The people who just seen the moon and just saw the sun and saw, like, maybe they saw some planets, they didn't know about just other planets, right? They didn't know about stuff like that. But then the more you learn, the more you realize it opens up 100 more questions. You answer one question and it opens 100 more questions. So then when you think you figured out what these short sellers are doing, all you're doing is saying this: I'm ready to be fooled. Because you think you know, and then you will never learn. You will never, ever learn. That's what I want you to understand. The more you learn, the more you know that you need to learn. That's it. Come on now.
Stop the cap.
Stop playing with me. So now, when I say that AMC was being the least manipulated that I've seen it in a long time, I'm not stupid. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, oh, they getting ready for something. The manipulation isn't done. They're trying to hide it in a different way now. So you see what I'm saying? We got to figure out all of these different ways that they're doing it. Every single one of them. We keep, like when I told Charles Payne when I was on there with him, I told him, guess what? We got to keep overturning the rocks, baby. We got to keep overturning the rocks, because that was my mindset all along. We got to keep overturning the rock. We're gonna straight find out a new one and then say, okay, there's nothing under here. Let's go look at the other one. Boom. Oh, there's something here. Right? We keep overturning the rock. So that's what we're trying to do. Uncover it. That's right. I'm not having that. Come on now, stop playing. So then when people think, oh, they figured it out. So watch this. Watch this. You already know the SEC, the government, the alphabet boys, right? The CIA, the FBI, the government of the stock market, the SEC, Security and Exchange Commission. Gary Gensler, who is the head of the SEC. He's on Twitter now. I ain't gonna say he got Twitter fingers, but maybe he do. It is what it is. So now, he's been talking time and time again about dark pools. Let's see if he kind of warning highlights. I can't tell by these little pictures over here, but he's been talking about dark pools. Dark pools, dark pools, dark pools. And I got a question for you. Do you think if the SEC stopped dark pools, then the manipulation would stop? Or do you think it would transfer? You know how they say matter is not created or destroyed? Manipulation is not created or destroyed either, family. What do? Boom. They go find another way. They've been doing this forever, family. They've been doing this forever. They've been taxing you. Forever. And I really want you to understand that this is the same game from decades, from centuries ago. It just looks different today. Now watch this. What do I mean by that? Have you ever seen even those old, like, let's see, I looked up the word kingdom, and let's look up like, I want to see like I put two eyes in it. I didn't mean to put two eyes in it. Like the land, right, around the kingdom. Let's look this up again. And I appreciate y'all for the love, baby. Let's get it. Appreciate y'all. And I'm going to get back to you in a second. Kingdom. Why with this low ray? Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Take a look at this. Now, this is Disney or something like that, or looks close to Disney. But what I want you to understand is this. When you look at a kingdom, right? The king and the queen and the royalty, they're living here. But you know how they can afford to live here? Because everyone down here is paying for this. Do you know how these short sellers could become billionaires, could become into a spot in their life where they could buy 10 yachts, 4 yachts, 3 yachts, blah, 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 right? They could buy 1 million yachts, and if they lost one, they'd be sad. But guess what? We can't afford one, but they want to get 10. How are they doing that? Because they're using everybody's money down here to support this. They put everyone's money down here to support this. Come on now. Let's call it the royal family. Let's say there's 10 people who are in the royal family. Maybe. It could be more. Who knows? But there's thousands and thousands of people who live down here who get to look at the house on the hill, which happens to be a castle. But guess what? They don't get to live in a castle. But you know what? The tax collectors and everybody like that, they come down and they make sure that, you planted and reaped 100 potatoes. Guess what? You owe 70 of those potatoes to the kingdom. You owe 70 of them to the kingdom. Oh, you're breeding goats and you're breeding sheep. You own 50% of your sheep. It even got crazy, and I'm not even trying to get explicit with you, family. It gets so crazy, and it's always been this way that, let me know if you remember this. It gets so crazy to the point that you got married, the king gets to come have his way with your wife. Why? Because everything that is yours, they deserve a piece of it. Everything that is yours. That's the mindset. Everything that is yours, they deserve a piece of it to the point that they could come have their way with your wife before you even get a chance. Come on now. You funding it. And now it just looks different today. How do these hedge funds have so much money when historically hedge funds have basically been returning like 3% a year? They've been doing worse than the SPY. They've been getting no money, but the people at the top been getting crazy money. That's why, family. That's why. Because they just leeching it off of all of us. It's as simple as that. Right? And you can't even visit. You can't even visit the kingdom. You can't even go. Crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Let's see what's going on. Y'all got me. Come on now. Y'all got me. I love y'all. Y'all. I'm telling you, y'all be getting me. Y'all be turning me into a monster sometimes. Come on now. Jacqueline, appreciate you for the love, baby. Speak on it. I got you. Appreciate you for that super chat. I ain't forget about you. Just know I love. Much love. You don't have to do it, but you choose to, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. My guy Ralph, let's go, baby. He said at the end of the day, when it comes to the stock, we would never truly understand it because that's the way how we move. You just got to hold. Yo, you know what? That's a great point. That's a great point. Because you know what's going to happen? And I said this. I said this too on Twitter. Follow me on there because I be on there. I don't be going crazy. I'd rather speak so you can hear me talk, right? But I be letting you know what's on my mind. I'll let you know what's on my mind. I said this the other day, and then some people jumped in, and they had something to say about that. I said, what was it? Because some people just can't relate. I said this, and shout out to my boy Trey. I hope everything is good with my boy. But here we go. Take a look at this. I said I'm holding AMC to the moon or to zero. If this sounds like you, retweet this, right? And many people retweeted, like over 1,000. Now, the reason I want you to understand why I'm saying this is because AMC, I'm going to be in it until it goes to the moon or until it goes to zero, right? And people are under this one saying, why would you do something like that? That's dumb, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm in it for a greater cause. And I didn't overextend myself. I put in what I was willing to lose. I'm not telling anybody to put in their life savings, their retirement money, blah, blah, blah. You do what you want with the information you have. But guess what? I'm going to the moon or to zero. So then when you say, oh, why would you go to the moon or zero? Because this is how I'm playing it. I'm an ape. This is how I'm doing it. How you do it is how you doing it. This is how I'm doing it. I'm not telling you how to do it. I'm telling you how I'm doing it and how the people who retweeted this are doing it. You see what I'm saying? We not the same. And people try to move like you, but they not you. And then they don't know what's going on. They try to move like you, but then they not you. It's that simple. Come on now. Somebody said, Kenan, you on their neck. That's right. Imagine somebody try to walk a day in your shoes. They wouldn't last. And I'm talking about everybody watching this. They wouldn't last. They'll crumble. They'll fold. All of the things going on in your life, they will fold. My guy Ralph, he said this. He said, and once we figured out the tactics, that's right. That's when we're going to try to keep the pressure on the SEC. Keep the pressure on. We may not never get the results that we want, but you know what? Maybe our kids or maybe our kids' will have 1%, 2%, 10% more of a fair market than we have. Laura, doing analysis on AQST. Don't let me forget that. I'm going to write it down for you. I got you. AQST. I got you. Just know. Come on now. People be turning me into a monster. I'm telling you, I'm a nice guy. But in my heart, I'm a lion. And I just be trying to hold them back. But then y'all be bringing it out of me. Come on now. Be bringing it out of me. And I be trying to tuck them right back in there. Stop. Don't. You're going to scare them. But let's keep it going. Let's check out the SPY real quick because I'm hearing that the SPY is doing numbers. I love to see it. Shout out to the SPY. So keep the family growing stronger. That's right. Family growing like wildfire, baby. Okay. So now, again, let's come back to the SPY. AQST. Let's check them out. So, on the 5-minute chart, it's looking like the support as of late. And let me get rid of all of these moving averages. We don't need them. We don't need these moving averages right now. Let's take a look at the 30-minute. Yeah. So it's looking like 4. High 3s or 4 was a solid entry. That's what it's looking like. SPY calls. Eric, that's right. Come on now. Okay, yeah, let's look at Lucid. Lucid broke under support. What does this mean? It's more likely to go closer to 22 than it is to go back up to 28. Somebody said Disney is printing. Shout out to Disney, man. Love to see it. Okay, now let's look at Lucid. Okay, so Lucid, let's see what she gonna do. Let's look at the volume on Lucid on the day. And again, AQST, if you're getting it, try to get in the high 3s, low 4s. That's what's important. You could get it now, or you could potentially, I don't even know if they have options again. Let me check. They do. What is the volume? Doesn't say on this chart. Open interest is rather low on the calls. The open interest is extremely low on the puts. Be careful with this one. Not saying like don't get in it, but be careful with this one because it seemed like a volume play. So for example, today, 96,000. Yesterday, 297,000. So this is you see what I'm saying? This is not a company. Well, this company is very susceptible to volume. If the volume jumps in, like the other day on the 30th, it was 2 million. 2 million. Somebody asked me, my guy Phil, he said, is BBIG dead? I don't think BBIG is dead. I think it's just getting lower and lower floors. Lower and lower floors. You got to get used to saying, oh, ride the wave down. If you think it's going to keep going down, you ride the wave down. For example, learn how to buy a put option and how to enter it correctly. BB is going parabolic. I know a lot of people have been waiting a long time for this. Yep, look at that. BlackBerry was asleep for a while. Let's look at it. Look at that. It came down for just forever, just coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Coming down. Okay. Let's go back to Lucid though. So it looks like Lucid came back up. And we are in what is looking like a really key level right here. So you could argue that this is like a double bottom, like a W right here. But you want to see if it breaks. So what do I mean by that? Let's go to our good old friend, the horizontal line. So right here, you want it to break this neckline. Right? It's kind of a W right here. You want it to break this neckline. But if it gets rejected, it's not really a double bottom, kind of. It's more of a double top. Let's see. Let's see. But again, since it fell under the support, this looks like it's coming to pick you up for a potential put option. For a potential put option. Facebook is running. Yo, Facebook is a banger, man. Facebook is a straight up banger. I'm more liable to get very long calls. Very long calls on Facebook. Would you buy an option on Lucid right now? Again, go back to what I was just saying. Or actually, I'll go back for you. What am I doing? Quotes? No. Go back to what I was just saying on Facebook. No, not Facebook. Lucid. LCID. Take a look at this. Are we going to get this? Is this a double top? Are we going to break the neckline? It looks like we might. See this? It looks like we just might. And let's look at the moving averages. Okay, so when you look at the 20-day moving average, this and the 50-day moving average, they both fell under the 200-day moving average, which is a sign of it dropping over here. But now, let's see how we react to this line right here. If we start showing weakness, this would be a sign to get a put. But remember, they got such crazy news coming around. Such crazy news that the technicals could just be overtaken by the news. The technicals could be overtaken by the news. So let's look up Palantir because I'm hearing they on a run. They back up to 28. Back up to 28. They've been struggling up here at 28. So remember, I always tell you, if you get in a put, get in, get up, get out. Don't get greedy over there. Get in, get up, get out. Because look, you made money on a put. You could have made money on a put riding it down. Or you could have made money on a call riding it up. But don't hold either too long because it switches. It changes. It changes. So come on, Lucid. Break that neckline, right? Come on, Lucid. I wanted to do it too. Let's go back and look again. Look, come on now. And family, look, this 200-day moving average, it's a good thing, but it's kind of hard to really take it serious with a play like this because it's a newer play. You see what I'm saying? Like this play didn't exist. This play didn't exist. When you go back like on a week chart, it didn't really exist like past here. So it still makes sense, but you could think of this like an attractor. It's supposed to like attract it up towards this red line. But trading under it, generally, you could find on a company with crazy solid or fundamentals, you could buy it under the 200 moving average for a long-term hold. Look at Nio. Okay, Nio 35. Again, that's why I didn't get excited when I seen it come up to the 36. I was thinking to myself, all right, look, basically we could probably get this again at 33, 32, maybe 34. So Dogecoin. Try to get it in the teens. That's what I'm thinking with that. Try to get in the teens, if not low 20s. If your average is nowhere near as low as 20, then use this. Use this for an example. You see what I'm saying? Okay, now let's go back. Lucid. Hey, look, let's go. So we got a confirmation on the 1 minute chart so far that we broke above this neckline. However, you could argue, if you want to be crazy, like AQST 98 of 100, low float, squeeze rating, okay. You could argue that the neckline is here. You could argue that. But it looks like we got some confirmation up here. Let's see. So now, if this is true, that means that this line was a straight up bear trap. We have to see, but it could have been a bear trap. What is a bear trap? A bear trap means you thought it was going to drop, so you bought a put, and guess what? You was wrong. You was wrong, family.
My detector test determined that was a lie.
Come on now. But let's see. Because this could be a bull trap. But we broke it. And we love to see it. Let's keep getting confirmation so we can hold on this line. We want this previous resistance to now be a support. And all of the bears who loaded up on puts around this level, I hope they got a game plan. And speaking of that, I want to just, Discord family in particular, if you're trying to join the Discord, the link is in the top. I want to teach you something else today. Because I had said something to you yesterday, and some of you didn't know how to set it and forget it. Take a look at this. Let me, I had to airdrop it to the screen. Yo, my allergies is killing me today, man. Jeez. But here we go. Take a look at this. Boom. Okay. So, I said, set a plan. Stick to it. Don't let emotions drive you, right? If we see significant strength, because we were in a put option, right? We're in a put option because we saw weakness on the SPY. If we see significant strength, we cut out. But for now, we eat because it was turning up 6%. And again, headphones in the chat because I teach you all the time. When you're trading, particularly in options, you might find yourself with, let's say, it's Thursday and you're down 80% on the option. Guess what? You don't have the time to make that up. Usually, you could get lucky, but you don't have the time to make that up. So in this case, you say, ooh, if we see significant strength and we're in a put option, guess what? We set a plan to get out of it. So we bought this for $344. I said, you know what? Update at $333 when this line here drops to $333 $330. I'm either cutting losses or I'm averaging down. So then look at this. I would have lost $14 here to get out. I get out. But now, look at the SPY. Look at the SPY, family. And we were in a short-term option. And this was, you got to put everything into consideration. Time decay, the likelihood that this is going to run. So we got into, and let's zoom out. On a technical standpoint, we caught it like up here, right? We caught the put. Whoa, it's winning, right? It's up 6% now. We breaking back into the old downtrend. And then it turns around. And I said, you know what? I'm cutting out of this because now it's showing strength. The feds are on TV talking all this news stuff, right? Come on now. It's time to get out of this put. Took a $14 loss. I could have ignored my plan and said, you know what? I'm diamond handing this option. Shout out to Randy. I'm diamond handing this option. And then, look at it now. A put option, I would have been riding the wave all the way to zero on a put. But instead, I don't behave like these hedge funds. What do? I set a plan to cut out at a loss. So I could lose $14 instead of losing $344. Let's go back in time. One of the biggest jokes with AMC, family, and if you've been an ape since January, I'm personally an ape since May. And I'm going to teach you how to fish right here. If you've been an ape since January, you remember these kind of sayings. The battle of 801, right? You remember the shorts could have covered at 5. You remember these kinds of things, family? Especially my January apes, my people who bought even before 2021. They always say things like that. The shorts could have covered at 5. They could have covered at 20. They could have covered then, right? But guess what? They didn't have a plan. They didn't have a plan of exit. They didn't have a plan of how to lose. It's better to lose a little bit than to lose a lot. So now, when you go to the facts, family, when you go to the facts, which I always have, you know I got the receipts. You know I got the receipts. Let me pull them out for you. You know I got the receipts. Let me see. Did I do this one in yesterday's video? Because I might just have to Google it for you. Let me see. Where are my receipts? Maybe I put them in my other one. Let me check this phone real quick. Because you know I come with it. Here we go. No, I don't see it, but I know how to find it. I'm going to find you the receipts. So basically, the short sellers, family, long story short, they down bad. They down real bad. Look at this. And they probably down even worse. And let me highlight this so you can see what's important. Let me put the highlights on this. So, and this is earlier. This is like a month ago. So it's probably even worse for them with the fees that they have to pay. And shout out to Eeyore on Twitter because he dropping the facts on us. So watch this. I keep sending it to the wrong device. Here we go. Watch this. Coming with the facts. With the receipts. With the facts. Here we go. Take a look at this. So Eeyore from S3 Partners, basically he be just telling us what the data says. Kind of like how Ortex tweets. He does this too. So then watch this. Look, watch this. They're down 3.3 billion in 2021. And this was like a month ago when he put this up. It's probably even worse. It's probably like, and then on one day, when AMC went up 6%, they lost a whole nother quarter billion, family, 257 million. So they down bad. They could be down over 4 billion, 5 billion at this point. And this doesn't even account for the naked short shares, family. Why? They didn't have a plan. They didn't have a plan to get out on a small loss. They could have covered at 5. They could have covered at 801. Come on now. They could have covered a long time ago, but they didn't do it because their pride. Yep, Jesse, 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. You already know what time it is. We don't diamond hand options. That's right. We don't diamond hand options. Brooklyn is in the building. I see you. But again, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Somebody said 801 vet. That's right. Somebody said since 2020. Let's get it. February 8th, $9. You know. Listen, they could have... you know what? They should have stuck to the plan. Triple G, baby. They should have said, yo, we shorting AMC. This is the short seller speaking, not me. The short seller say, we shorting AMC. Get in, get up, get out. But guess what? They got in. They got up. They stayed in. They got down. They didn't cut out. They got down worse. They didn't cut out. They got down even worse. They won't cut out. And now they so deep in the hole that it's come on now. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Indiana in the building. Toronto is in the building too. Pennsylvania, Brooklyn. I see you, baby. I see you. But now you gotta have a plan. You gotta have a plan. And let me update your arsenal real quick. I don't know if you're trading on Webull. When you see my options, Webull is generally my options trading account. So I want to show you 2 screenshots of what I want you to look at so you can set your own plan similar to how I did. Notice I paid $344 for an option. And I said, if it hits 330, I'm out. I'm just going to cut the $14 loss. I'm out. Right? So now, let's go to this. I'm in an Apple call right now. But this is a long call, like a very long call. And I got a 120 strike. This is just, I'm just parking money here. But I'm going to show you something. Sell to close. Sell to close. If you know how to look at the options on your things, I want to help you out real quick so you can stop losing money in options and you can make a plan, kind of how you see this right here. I paid this, it ran up, but my plan was always do or die. I'm getting out at 330, right? So I'm taking some screenshots so you can see this in real time. I want you to be able to see this in real time, and I want you to know, especially if you do options on Webull like I do. This is important, so you can know when and how to cut out. Here we go. I'm going to show you the 3 steps. I'm going to send it to you right now. I got my 3 screenshots. Let me go to this, and let me upload it to the thing. Now, again, I want you to be able to do this. You know how you can have stop losses on stocks? You could basically do it on your options too. And in the future, I'll teach you how to use the Fibonacci Retracement to kind of set your stop prices. Because again, you know, I get on here every day. I want to teach you how to fish. So let's go over the game plan. Let's imagine that we're looking at yesterday. We found some weakness on the SPY. We saw some weakness on the SPY, right? So we jump into a September 29th put. A put means you betting that it's going to go down. We were right. Up at first, it went up $21. But you know what? Let's say we set our game plan, so we're trying to make $40. We're trying to make $60. So we ain't going to get out yet, but we have our plan of success. But we also need a plan of if it ain't going in the way that we want it to go. Yep, Oscar, you know I'm teaching you how to fish, baby. Let me get some headphones in the chat, baby. Headphones in the chat. My plan, I bought it at 344, but if it goes all the way down to 330, because this is right under a support or a resistance line, I'm in a put. If it breaks above a resistance, I need to get out of this, right? So here we go. This is how you do that, especially if you're on Webull. On Robinhood, I may have to update and show you that another day. I'm in a call option on Apple, right? January 120 strike. I'm just sitting money here. I'm just letting money sit here. What you do is this. When you look at your option, oh, here we go. You look at your option. I'm down 2% on it, but I'm just holding parking money here. Headphones in the chat. Now, you click this. Sell to close. You don't want to sell it now, but you want to put a stop loss on it, right? So then, once you click sell to close, you're going to see a screen that looks like this. You're going to see a screen that looks just like this. So again, you're looking at your option. You click sell to close. And then you go here. It pops up on this screen. Now, it says limit, order type limit. You click this down thing right here, this down arrow, and it's going to open this up. So at this point, you click stop, right? You click stop. This is your stop loss on an option. So let's walk through it again so we can come back. You know where we going, so now you can do it yourself. So you look at your option. You're looking at your option on Webull. You go to sell to close. It opens up and looks like this. By default, it hits the limit. You click the down arrow and you change the limit. Now, it's going to click stop. You click stop. You change it from limit up here to stop. And then when you go to the numbers now, so right here where it says limit, what I would do is change the limit to stop. And then I would say, you know what? If this option dropped to 2780, sell it. So I would just change it to 2780, this number right here. So it would say stop 2780. And then I would just straight up get out of it. I would be out of the play. But I would have hit my goal. So that's exactly what I did with this. I bought it for 344. And then I go to my option. I go to my exact option. And it says, for example, 344. I go to sell it. I'm not going to sell it right now. But I don't want to be babysitting this thing all day if it's going the wrong way. So then I go to where it says limit. I go to, remember, sell to close. And then it shows you the limit. I change the limit. I click this down arrow. I change it to the word stop. It used to be on limit. I check stop. So now right here where it says limit, it no longer says limit. Imagine that. It says stop. And then I change my stop. So this will put my stop loss. And I change it from 28 to like 27. So then if it stops at 27, because this thing is going, it's losing money like crazy, and it hits 27, then I'll do a market order. And then I'll be out of the play. I'll be out of the play. So yeah, my guy, he said I made 14 on that put. Let's get it, baby. Because if we stayed in there like what, 30 minutes longer, you could have made a little bit of money on it. But I was like, I'm not babysitting this, I'm out. But again, that's what I'm talking about, baby. It's always money to be made. I love to see it. So now, let me show you how to do this. Let's say we're in a SPY put or a SPY call or a SPY put. Let's say we were getting in a SPY call right now. And you set your plan. You ready? Oscar, appreciate you for that, family. You ready? Let's say you wanted to use the Fibonacci stuff or whatever to make it happen. Or we could go even simpler than that. Let's say that you wanted to get into a SPY call right now. And then it starts to drop below, let's call it this number. Let's put our good old friend the horizontal line. You say, look, if it dropped below, so this is a previous low right here. If it drops below this low at this point, that will be 42.05. So our first point would be, okay, we try to enter at 42. We try to get out if it drops into the 41s. So 41.99, if it breaks under this, guess what? We say, oh, we getting out. So then what we do is we say, okay, we bought at 444. What is our option price going to be if it came down to 441? And then you put that number in there and you set a stop loss. And if it comes down, guess what? You out of the play. You don't even have to think about it. So then you may have lost $14, but you didn't lose. You didn't lose the whole 440 or 344. You didn't lose the whole thing. Game changer. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Let's go. He said never battle with that. Let's go. Let's go. That's how you put a stop loss on an option. You know I got your back. You know I got your back. Hold up. Let's check this out, though, because the family is saying that QS is running. Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Sure is. Options. Oh, yeah, they there. It's running. Still don't get how to read the charts. It'll take time. So I made $30 on that SPY put. Hey, man, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Dre. Shout out to Dre. You know how to read charts. First thing I want you to do, learn how to read a candle. Candles have 4 pieces of information in them. Learn how to read a candle. First of all, it tells you what price did it open at, the high, the low, the close. And to be fair, all 3 of those things are up here, or 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What did it open at? What was the high? What was the low? Where did it close? If it's green, that means it opened here and it closed here. If you see these wicks, the wicks show you how high and how low it got. The bottom wick, how low it got. The top wick, how high it got. The bottom of a green candle is where it opened. The top of the green candle is where it closed in this time frame. Now, somebody said, I'll be watching this video again. Shout out to William. A red candle is exactly the opposite of a green. The top is where it opened. The bottom is where it closed. And what I mean by open and close, I mean, what price was it when this interval happened? So, for example, if we're on a minute chart, every candle is representative of 1 minute. This is 1 minute. This is the minute before. This is the minute before that. So on and so forth. Once you understand what candles mean, then you could get crazy with it. You could get real crazy with it, right? However, you don't have to. All you really need to do is identify 3 trends. Identify 3 trends. Uptrend, there's only 3. Uptrend, downtrend, consolidation. Uptrend, look at this. We have a diagonal line. This is a line of support, but it's diagonal. This is showing you that, what is this? QuantumScape? QuantumScape is bouncing off of this support level right here. And currently, it's sitting on it. So if you're trying to get into a call and you still believe it's going to run to like 28, this is where you'll want to get in. So for example, it'll run up, but then it hits a line of resistance, an ascending line of resistance. Right? An ascending line of resistance. So now we noticed and identified an uptrend. The reason you identify a trend is so you can identify the next trend or a trend continuation. Is this trend continuing? It looks like it. It's staying in our tube. It's staying in our channel. You see what I'm saying? But if it breaks under, then we say, oh, did we identify a new trend? Did we identify a downtrend? So then you would move these. So then they were going into a downtrend. So then you identify, that's the whole point. No matter what anybody tells you about technical analysis, family, the whole point is this. You want to identify the beginning of a new trend so that you could get in on the bottom on either stocks or a call, or get in on the top on a put and then ride the wave down. You want to identify the beginning of a new trend. So we could ride the momentum. So when people tell you they're riding the momentum, they're telling you, look, I think this channel is going to remain the same. This uptrend, this uptrending channel, they think it's going to remain the same. So then they try to ride the channel. And then if it comes out of the channel, then they say, okay, it's time to sell out. We're in a new trend, right? So then that's how you ride the wave. Or you could wait for the wave to be over. And then you could say, okay, it's breaking out of my trend. It's breaking out of this uptrend. And then you can say, I'm going to get a put. Boom. And then you put. Now that you jumped into a put option, you make sure you get your new channel. Make sure you make your new downtrend channel. And then when it breaks out of your downtrend channel, you jump out of the put. This is how you get in, you get up, and you get out. Come on now. I got y'all. Listen, I got you. For real. I got you. He said, William, go back a month with your pen and pad. I promise you it's gonna be a trader. Come on now, that's what I'm talking about, baby. I'm telling you, when I told y'all that I was gonna do this full time, I meant that I was gonna dedicate full time to try to get you to become a better trader. Literally, that's really what I'm trying to do. I want you to become a better trader, a better investor. I want you to have a solid foundation. I said it yesterday. I said if you can't handle the heat, it's because your foundation is weak. And what do I mean by that? You don't have enough big dogs in your portfolio, so then you paper handing everything, and you seeing every single day your whole portfolio is volatile, 20%, 30% up and down every single day. That's not good. That's not what you want to see. Come on now, I got you. I'm on here for you. I'm on here because I love y'all. I love y'all. The Discord family already know. It's always love. And I'm going to keep it real with you 100 times out of 100. 100 times out of 100. Always. Because, like, and again, no disrespect. But, like, even stuff like this, a lot of the time, what I see, and they say this. You got to become the blessing in the world that you wish that you had. You got to become the blessing in the world that you wish that you had. I personally didn't have people teaching me how to make a trend on YouTube, or even in real life, how to read the charts, how to get into an option. I especially didn't have somebody telling me how to get out of an option that I got in, because no disrespect, a lot of people on here will say, oh, I'm getting in this option, but then they don't teach you how to get out of it if it ain't working out. We forget about it. You see what I'm saying? And that's not what we're trying to do. You see what I mean? I want to teach you, okay, this is what would make me get into an option. Because remember, when you look at the stocks and the charts, guess what they're called? It kind of reminds me of being a doctor almost. So when you go to a doctor, you're going to a doctor's practice, right? It's called a practice because like this is their practicing profession. They don't know everything, but they're trying to diagnose the problem and help with the problem and this and that and third. And what are they looking for? They're looking for indicators. Right? They're not looking for something that says, oh, this is definitely what it is. They're looking for indicators so they can understand what it is. So then look at this. In the stock market, you're looking for indicators too. And just like in a medical practice, you could get a false positive. You could get a false negative, right? What you're looking for are indicators for a result. And it doesn't always mean that it'll work, but I'm always going to try to show you how to make it make sense. That's what we're doing here. Now, I'm hearing Adder is turning around. Family, again, I just told you, it's still in a downtrend. Remember, use your channels like we're talking about. So you could argue that it's in consolidation. Look at this. So we could put the line of support, our descending line of support. We got our descending line of resistance up top, and we're putting our descending line of support. So now we have Adder in a downtrending channel, right? You see what I'm seeing here? It broke out of the downtrending channel. So then you want to ask yourself, do I have confirmation that this is out of the channel? So then I will go to the 5-minute chart or so and see. It looks like you may have identified the bottom of a new uptrend or consolidation. So remember, it's always going to be every single stock. They're going to be in one channel, either uptrend, downtrend, or consolidation. Consolidation is this way. You want to identify the beginning of a new one. Did we identify the beginning of a new uptrend, or is it going to jump right back into the old trend? So as it stands, it looks like we've identified the beginning of an uptrend. But if we give it time, we'll know. Is it really just consolidation, meaning that it's sideways like this? Like, is it gonna be, and let me make these colors different. If we getting crazy with the colors, just know I'll erase it in a second. I'm just trying to make a point here. Are we in consolidation, which would be this? Like, are we gonna bounce? So notice, we have two trends that are kind of intersecting. Coming down, and then boom, hits 1181, runs up. Technically, it's still in our original trend, our original downtrend. It comes back to 1180 again. And it's starting to bounce out of our original trend. We're getting confirmation that we're in a new trend. Some confirmation. But remember, like with practice in a medical profession, is this a false positive, a false negative? You want to use more and more indicators. So you go back in time. How do you do that? Good thing the charts are just showing us back in time. Okay. Previously, on the last episode of looking at Adder, it says 1180 or so. This red line here, it was a previous line of support. So we're getting some confirmation that this line is a strong support. It was a resistance, and old resistances become new supports. Look, again, it was a resistance, it was a support again. So this does find support at these levels. So you see what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on now. Somebody say you can hear the music. Oh yeah, I put it up so you can hear it. If I stop talking, we got some kind of background noise. We got some kind of background noise going. So now again, we want to see, are we in consolidation? Are we going to keep fighting with this line up here and keep coming back down and up? You see what I mean? That's how we rocking out. That's how we getting it. Let's check out the SPY again. SPY is still pumping, bro. Pumping. And again, the Discord family knows me like nobody else. If I was full of pride, guess what? I would have said, yo, we got 1 week on this SPY put. We just going to hold it. We got no plan of exit or no plan of averaging down. And again, I could have totally averaged down. I said the plan for the SPY put was update. I was either going to cut out at 330, but if it was showing significant strength, I'm going to cut out or average down. It was showing so much strength, especially with the news catalyst coming around. I was like, it's no point in averaging down on this. I'll just get out and get back in on another time. There will always be another play. Never forget that. There will always be another play, baby. Always. Always. Every single time. Right now, like for example, if you've been rocking me for a long time, you guys remember when BNGO ran from what? 2 to what was it? Like 12 or 15, somewhere up there, right? Crazy. It ran. And then not too long ago, it was Clove that ran, right? Clove had a crazy run. What was it? All of these different kind of plays. There will always be another play. Now we just hit the grand slam. Shout out to the Discord family. We just hit the grand slam. That means 2x or better. That means 200% up or more on a Lucid call. Can you teach us to sell cover calls at some point? Let me write that down, family. But yeah, definitely. The big dogs use a lot of cover calls. For those of you who aren't understanding of what that is, if you have 100 shares or something, and I think I talked about this 2 days ago or yesterday, but you have 100 shares or something and you're looking to basically sell it. Like let's say you've been in it for a long time and this is covered calls. You've been in a play for a long time. You're looking to sell it. What you could do instead is sell a covered call. So then you sell 100 of your shares. You're willing to, you got to have 100. You sell 100 of them into the market, but you're selling a call on them, right? A cover call. So then you get to collect a check, basically a premium, deposited right into your account right away. But if it ever hits a price that the other person has and they like it, then they'll execute on it. But if you were going to sell it anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. So now, let me write that down though. Cover call. I'll talk more about it again one day. Maybe tomorrow. All right, so move the cover call is why I started building out 100 shares in each. Yeah, especially if you want to play like this. This would be an excellent. So family, pay attention to this. You ready? This would be an excellent play. Excellent play. I'm not gonna do this exactly right now, but I want you to really, really think of it like this. Let's say that you went to a cheap stock, not crazy cheap, not crazy cheap, but something like SNDL. Yeah, right. 70 cents. Do they have options? Right. So, for example, let's say you wanted to sell a cover call on a play like this. That's 70 cents. You could buy 100 of these easy, right? You could buy 100 of these real easy. So then, okay, let's say that you actually got in, though, at a crazy better price than everybody else. So let's zoom out. So honestly, it's looking like, let's say you got in at literally 13 cents, right? You got in at 13 cents. So now, you could sell crazy high risk cover calls. What do I mean by that? You could sell a cover call right now for, let's say 75 cents, for example. That would mean that if this thing goes up to 75 cents, you would have to sell 100 shares at 75 cents. but you get to keep the premium. You get to keep, you know how you got to pay for a call? Somebody else will be paying you for the call. But guess what? Since you got in so low, selling from 13 to 75, you was gonna sell it anyway. That's a come up right there. And then you also get to keep the premium. So like when you retire or whatever's going on like that, let's say you got 100 shares of Apple, 100 shares of Tesla, and you ready to get out the game, right? You ready to just go sit on the beach, sit on a yacht, enjoy yourself. You ready to retire? Then you say, all right, look, I'm ready to sell. I got in Tesla back when it was 700. Right now it's 2,000, right? Whatever, hypothetically, right? Who knows? You ready to sell a crazy high risk cover call? You gonna sell it for a cover call for 1,001. If Tesla goes to 1,001, then you gotta sell it for 1,001. Okay, who cares? I got in way low. It don't matter. So then you could take the premium and sell. So then it's kind of like a quick it's a cherry on top, right? It's the icing on the cake. It's the icing on the cake. Okay, now so let's look at what's going on too. Let's see Lucid. Yeah, so Lucid is having, look, a double top on it. But again, you know what's crazy, family? This is an odd sight. Watch this. You got the W right here, the double bottom. And then literally to the right of it, we almost had a double top. So the double bottom and then the double top, if we would have broke this and they had the same neckline. So we broke the neckline up to show us an uptrend. And then we could have just now broke it down and showed us a downtrend. Okay, so now, any options? So let's see first. Let's go back. AMC cooling off. The SPY looks like it's cooling off, but never bet against the SPY. So Ryan, he said basically better to try that than just sell. Especially, exactly, if you were just gonna sell and you got in low anyway, like I was saying with SNDL, let's say you got in at 13. You got in at 13 cents and you ready to get out of this play. You done, right? You way up. You got in at 13. So what you could do now, you ready to sell it at 70. So you say, look, I'm gonna sell a crazy high risk at this point because you've been in it from 13. You could take much higher risk than people who just got in at 70. So you could sell a 71 cover call or 75 or something like that. So then if it went there, then boom, you selling out for 75. But guess what? You got in at 13. So now you selling at 75 and you collect the premium. You know I got y'all. Wayne Green, appreciate y'all. Yeah, Jag X did run 9 months ago. And again, let's take a look too. Hood. I'm gonna tell you what I'm thinking right now. Hood, Robinhood, right? They're doing this wallet thing, and that's kind of helping them to run. I hope Webull. I hope that Webull follows suit because I have so much Ethereum on Webull that I want to put on BLockFi. It's really that simple. Okay, now, yeah. So let's see. SPY, what are we doing? Palantir decided to come down a bit. Facebook, yo, banger. Facebook is being a banger. BlackBerry, still running. I wonder where she going. Let's zoom out. So you know me. If I see a price I like, I strike. But if I don't, I pass on the play. You know me. It's just like with real estate. I always want you to understand that. So Ryan, he said, right, that's genius. Yeah, come on now. Again, Palantir put, not yet. You could, but if you do, remember, get some skin in the game. If you got $300, like I always would tell you, you got some skin in the game, you put some skin in the game. But be ready to really average down a lot if needed. Why? Because Palantir, I can really see this coming down. I see what you see. Let's keep it real. I see exactly what you see with Palantir. I can see this thing coming back down. However, the floor keeps getting higher and higher and higher. It's literally, Palantir is the exact opposite of BBIG at these levels. So watch this. What do I mean by floor? Look where it's consolidating. So it came down. We can zoom out even more. Look at Palantir. Floor, 21. Goes up. Floor. Consolidation almost. 22. Goes up. Floor. 23. Goes up. But notice, you can ride the wave up, you can ride the wave down. But you got to get in, get up, and get out. Because the floor keeps getting higher. And then it got all the way up to 29. It ain't going back to 21, not no time soon, unless there's something crazy happened with the company, or short sellers start attacking the company, or something like that. So now, The opposite is happening with BBIG, where the floor is getting lower. Look, 12, lower floor, run, lower floor, and a little run, lower floor. So this doesn't mean this is not a banger. Remember, what I want you to understand with a play like BBIG is sometimes the short sellers try to rock you to sleep. They try to rock you to sleep. So then you got to be real cautious. Somebody, all right, Daniel, you said I could transfer my Ethereum out of Webull? If so, I didn't know. I definitely got to look into that because I didn't know that. I thought it was trapped until they got a wallet that I could do it with. I need to transfer my BLockFi. Okay, also, family. So this is what I want you to do. Everybody that's watching me right now. So I'm about to get up out of here, right? But I need your help. This is what I need you to do. If you know somebody who, like, for example, let's see. Desk trading. I need to set up a better, like, something like this. Here we go. Something like this. I'm trying to set up like something like this. Like not exactly this. I'm just clicking anything, right? It don't got to be looking all crazy because y'all don't see this. Y'all don't see this. But I'm trying to set up like a whole thing. A whole thing. If you know how to do stuff like this, or you know how I could find out how, like a service or something like that could come set me up like this, right? Hit me up. Hit me up. You should see my Twitter right under this. Hit me up. Add me on Twitter right here. I'm looking for somebody to come, and I don't need to get crazy like these dudes, but like even something like this. Like I just need somebody to come help me to set me up. That's what I'm talking about. Like you say, yo, Kenan, look, because again, the stocks, and if you know how to use OBS Studios or something like that, that too. So I need somebody to help me out. Somebody said it's easy. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter, man. Because look, what I need is somebody to say, yo, Kenan, look, go buy this, blah, blah, blah. And I go buy them all, right? It's a business expense. So it just makes sense to set up and do all of this before the next coming tax year. So I don't even need to, I will get crazy, but I don't need to. I keep it simple, but I do need something to, and I ain't gonna get crazy. Like, look at this craziness. That's ridiculous. I just need I need my area to look better than it does. It don't look good to me. But again, other than that, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, family. I'll see you over in the Discord. Geek Squad. All right. Geek Squad. All right, bet. Talk to me, Kevin. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. IKEA desk and talk to the Geek Squad. That's really not a bad idea. Micro Center. Okay. All right, let's get it. I appreciate y'all though. But again, hit that like button for your boy so that these notifications could get out to everybody. Because again, I don't honestly believe that they are. Some people tell me, oh, you went live every time. Hit that like button for your boy before you get up out of here. Right now, how many likes we got? Let me just check. What we got, like, I don't know, let's say 700? It might be delayed on my end. I can't tell. But again, try to get me up to like 800 or so. I appreciate that. I love y'all. I will see you in the next one. Again, if you can't handle the heat of these hot stocks, just stay out of the kitchen. Discord family, I see you over there. I love y'all. Take care.